guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, my name is David and I'm an associate actuary working in the greater New York area. So I've decided to create a series in Python tutorial designed for actuaries. Yay! In these tutorials, I hope to cover the basic and foundation of Python. And after taking these tutorials, I hope you guys can start using Python into your actuarial profession. And if you have zero or no coding experience, don't worry, this course is designed for you. And in my first video, I'll be covering 3 parts. First, introduction to Python and why it's great for actuaries. Second, how to install Python on your computer. 3, setting up Visual Studio Code. VS Code is a code editor that I'll be using my examples with, but feel free to use any other code editor such as Jupyter Notebook, Spider, PyCharm, or anything else. I'm going to leave a timestamps in this video, so feel free to skip around as needed. And let's begin. Introduction to Python. Python is an object-oriented programming language that is used for data management and data processing. Python is one of the most popular programming language in the data science field, and I also think it's great for actuaries because it has a very easy syntax and offers powerful packages, or also known as libraries. For example, I've wrote Python scripts that is used to update inputs in the cash flow model in just a few lines in Python and utilizing these Python packages. So if I were to use VBA, this would have taken much more time and effort because I would have to write code from scratch. So in sum, 3 benefits of using Python are: first, it has a very easy and clean syntax. Personally, I think it's easier to read and write than VBA and C++. Second, Python packages. Packages are a group of classes or functions built by highly credible developers, and that is used widely amongst the Python users. So Python users can utilize these packages instead of writing code from scratch. 3, Python is great for working with structured and non-structured data. So example of a structured data would be like a table within the Excel spreadsheet. An example of a non-structured data would be a data within an email or a text file or even websites. Now let me show you guys how to install Python on your computer. Go to an internet browser and search for Python download. The latest version of Python is 3.8.5. So I'm going to click this and download the Windows version if you're using Windows, and I assume most actuaries will be working on Windows. But I'm using my personal computer to create this video, so I'll be downloading a Mac version. I've already installed Python on my computer, but please go through the steps to finish the installation. When this installation is complete, let's go to the terminal window, command prompt if you're using Windows, and type Python 3 or Python on the command line to make sure Python is installed successfully. As you can see, Python 3.8.5 has been installed. Now we are ready to install Visual Studio Code. Before installing VS Code, let's create a folder. I'm going to name my folder Python Projects, and I'll be saving all my work in this folder in the desktop. Now let's go back to the internet browser and search for VS Code, and I'm going to click this, and I'm going to download the Mac version, but please download the Windows version if you're using Windows. I've already installed VS Code on my computer, but please go through all the steps to complete the installation process. This is how the Visual Studio should look like when you first open it up. You guys might have it on default on a white background because I changed my color theme to Atom Dark theme. And I'll also show you guys how to get those extensions as well, and to have a same setup as me. So go to the extension button and type in Python on this search bar. and please install Python in here and search for IU, and I'm going to use a file icon from here, and lastly type in Atom one dark theme. So this is the theme I'll be using in my tutorials. First, I'll show you guys how to change the color theme in VS Code. So type Command Shift and P. If you're using Windows, I think it's Control Shift and P, and a drop down menu will pop up, and type in color theme. So from here you guys can select the different themes, the white and the dark themes, but I'm going to use Atom one dark theme that we've just installed. Now let's do Command Shift and P again and type in file icon, and I'm going to set that as IU, which is the file icon theme that we've just installed. Now let's select the Python interpreter. So what that means is that we're going to choose which Python executable that we're going to use when running VS Code. So let's type Command Shift and P again and search for Python interpreter. And it shows you all the different versions of Python that's currently installed, but for my case, I'll be using a Python 3.8.5 in the user bin. So make sure you guys select the Python version you've just installed. Next, we're going to enable pylint. So when you first open VS Code, you might have gotten a pop-up window in the bottom right corner asking you to install pylint. So by enabling linting, it will show the errors you will make in your scripts that you're writing. So make sure you turn that as on. So I've already opened the Python project folder that I've saved at my desktop. So for you guys, please select File and click Open. And make sure you guys navigate to the folder that you've created where you'll be saving the Python files, and make sure you open that specific folder. Now let's add a new file into the folder, and I'm going to name it example.py. So I'm going to do a simple test to make sure Python is running correctly. So I'm going to do a simple function, print hello. So I'm going to go to run this code in a terminal window within VS Code. So if you click the arrow, the box here, go to the terminal window, and I'm going to type Python 3 and going to run the script example.py. And as we expected, it printed out a string called hello. Now we're all set up and ready to start coding in Python. Yay! Please note that these tutorials are designed to help any actuaries or non-actuaries who are interested in learning Python. So if you have any questions, or if there's a topic that you want me to cover, please leave the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.